Hi Stampers, it's Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers. I have some super easy cards to share with you. Isn't that the way I start all my videos, I think, now that I say that? Because everything I do is simple. These cards though, they're not only simple, but they're beautiful. And we're gonna do what I say is as let the paper do the work. Let the designer series paper or DSP do the work, because Stampin' Up! Has some beautiful papers that will allow you to make quick and easy cards that are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna flip the camera down here in a second, but before I do so, just a quick reminder, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be that person. I'd love to send you a catalog if you don't already have one or have a demonstrator. Just hop on over to my website. The link will be down in the description, right down there of this video. And up at the top, you can click on the little drop down and it says request a catalog. I'd love to send you one. Or if you'd like to order any of the products that I'm sharing with you today or any other Stampin' Up! Products, make sure first you check out my rewards program, because I love to give free stuff to my customers. But I totally appreciate it and feel honored when you select me to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It's because of the people that order from me. They allow me to bring you these videos 3 times a week and teach you how to make quick and easy cards. So without all more of the chit chat, let's just get stamping. So I'm gonna go ahead, flip the camera down. I'm gonna show you what we're making today. Hold on one sec. Now I mentioned we're going to let the paper do the work. So the paper I'm talking about this time is on page 42 of this holiday catalog that just started this month. Remember, if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like a copy of this, hop over to the website and let me know. But the paper is here on page 42. Does not do this paper justice. It's also part of this suite. Again, does not do this paper justice. And like I've said before, don't always get completely hung up on suites. For me, honestly, I don't have any of the other products that are in this suite, only the paper. And I'm combining it from some different stamp sets that I already have. But this paper is so beautiful for quick and easy cards. Before I show you the cards I'm going to make today, I want to show you this Feels Like Frost paper. It's paper that's been made from photographs. So it's a 6x6 package, and I believe you get 4 of each in the package. So one side of it is the photographs. Check this out. Isn't it beautiful? Now you can use this paper and you can combine it with any stamps, with any greetings, use it for any occasion. I mean, I think it's perfect for fall and winter, and you know, if you live in Michigan, even into the spring. Look at that one. That reminds me so much of Montana, as does this one. Now, I know some people are a little afraid of this paper when they first saw it because they're like, it's 6x6. I don't want to cut it apart. I'm going to lose the design. Well, in a second here, when I show you some of the cards that I've made, I'm going to show you how I maximized using the paper. I guess I got to go in all different directions here. Pussy willows. Which way they go? That way. I love pussy willows. Remind me of my grandma. There's a leaf. This one I think is beautiful. I love the colors. I like the purple posy and Highland Heathers and the balmy blues in this. So that's the paper. But here's the cool part. All Stampin' Up! Paper is double-sided. So when we flip this over, hello, metallic, white, and silver. It is stunning. Now you could completely just use this side. You can use this side for little embellishments. You can combine this, or little layers. You can combine this again with any stamps, not even necessarily Christmas. I see gorgeous wedding or anniversary cards coming out of some of these papers. So today, I'm not using the back sides at all. I'm just using that side. Thank goodness they give you 4 of each sheet. So I kind of think of it of I have 2 sheets like this and 2 sheets like that. Okay, let's put this aside and let me show you the cards. So I'm going to show you how I cut this piece of paper to make 2 cards out of it. And again, because we don't want to waste this beautiful design, but some of these papers, depending on how you cut them, you still have beautiful paper, by cutting it a little bit smaller. So what I'm going to do is cut it down for this card to 4 1/4. We're going to cut this piece off first. We're cutting the top off of this one. So now I have this piece with the beautiful silver on the back to just set aside and use some other place. Now, since this is 6 inches, we'll cut it in half to make this 3. So now we have 2 pieces that, look at how pretty they are standing on their own. Now, don't worry about all these measurements. I'll have the link to the blog post down in the description of the video. And over there, I'll have pictures of all the cards. I think I have about 6 of them to share with you today. I'll have pictures along with the recipe and list of all of the supplies I use, so you can easily find that out over there. Okay, so we're going to make 2 cards here. I'm going to actually make one of them for you, and then I'm going to show you a couple other ones. So we have our piece 3 by 4 1/4 that I told you about. Remember, we're keeping it simple. So all I'm going to do is take some of my adhesive. Let's see, there we go. Get this going. We don't want too much because we don't want it gushing on us. There we go. And I have a piece of Night of Navy that is 3 1/8 by 4 7/8. I think I'm going to guess on that. And we'll adhere that onto there like so. Now, what I'm going to do for all the cards I have to share with you today, I am using a piece of our vellum. Now, this is called cardstock vellum because it is a little bit thicker, but I love using vellum to put my greetings on so we don't lose our pretty picture. I also like to tear vellum. I think when you cut it, it just looks too chopped, if you will. So we're going to start out, and this is just a scrap of it. It happens to be a half a sheet. And I'm going to tear the bottom off like that. So we have our nice torn edge. And then my greetings for this card are coming out of the woven heirloom stamp set. Now, this is just another way to prove that, you know, everything doesn't have to stay within the suites. I love the stamp set for the greetings, the thinking of you for sympathy cards. I love the print of it, or the font, I guess you call it. And what I'm going to do is I have a Night of Navy pad. I am going to take the thinking of you, and we're going to stamp it right down there at the bottom of the vellum, as close to that torn edge as I can. Now, the trick with vellum, it takes a while to dry. So we have to set this aside. You can use your heat tool a little bit to help it along, but just make sure it's really dry before you touch it or you're going to smear it. So let's set that aside. And my card base here is a piece of Whisper White. And I have already embossed this using the Subtles embossing folder. So let me grab that a second. As long as we're still waiting for our vellum to dry, I thought I'd show you a little trick. When you're going to emboss the front of a full-size piece of cardstock like this to make your card, you can either put it in this way and run it through, or you can put it in this way and run it through. You want to be mindful of the design. Now, with the Subtles, it has, you know, lines, distinct lines that are going up and down like that. So depending on which way you want those lines to go, I mean, you might want them going this way or that way. Just kind of think of that as you're deciding to put this in either this way or that way to get those lines going the right direction. Okay, let's see if we're dry. You know what? We're going to give this a little shot with the heat tool. And we'll get it, make sure it's nice and dry. There we go. I think we're dry. The one thing, you know, you can kind of see if it's shiny. I also like to flip it over on my scrap paper and kind of rub on the back side. And if you get any color, like if I'd get any blue on there, we'd know we weren't quite dry yet. So that's a little test, I guess. So after we know we're dry, we're going to go ahead. Whoops, I did not tear that one very good. I was just going to kind of brag how I like to just tear it up and get a nice tear on that. You know, I don't like how that one turned out, so we're going to go ahead and do another one. I'll be right back with you. Let's see if we could tear this one a little bit better. You know, the one thing when you're tearing, if you tear up, I should be able to kind of use this right-hand thumb as a guide. And we don't want it to be straight. We want it to be kind of jagged. That might be a little bit too much. You can take a little bit off of this if you want to. But, you know, the whole idea of tearing is to give it that kind of rough edge, as you will. There you go. I like that one much better. Now, what I'm going to do is take my piece here that I've already adhered together, and I want this vellum to just go over the top of it. And I'm going to take it, bend it, get a nice little crease there, and then flip it over, pull on this other side, make sure it's nice and tight and snug there so you have those nice creases, and fold it over that way. Give it some good pressure there. And then I am going to just take Scotch tape, and we'll tape that one there and tape the other side. The other thing with vellum, you cannot put adhesive under it, because if you do, it's going to show through and you're going to lose, you know, you're going to get funny little glue marks underneath that. And we don't want that. So let's go ahead, put some adhesive on here, get all those edges. And we're going to stick this then onto our card base that we've already embossed with that subtle embossing folder. But look at how pretty that picture is and how it just pops. Now remember, I'm only using half. Okay, this is what we cut in half. I guess it was that way. And I'm using this piece right there. And then for the inside, we can also take another stamp that is in that woven heirlooms that coordinates with the thinking of you. Now, I've been doing this a lot lately. You know, sometimes I think I just go in streaks with different things, but I like to make sure the insides look really nice. So I will cut a layer. So my layer is actually 5 by 4 3/4. And then the Night of Navy is just an 1/8 inch bigger. And again, I'll have those measurements for you over on the website. But I like to layer with that Night of Navy in the inside as well. I think it just gives it a nicer finished look with some color on there. And there we go. There is our first card. Now I want to show you one I made previously. This time I have balmy blue back there, but I used a stamp set to do Christmas cards. So this is the Merry Christmas to All. And there are thinlits that coordinate with it, but I think the stamp set on its own is perfect for greetings, nice big bold greetings. So Merry Christmas are 2 of the smaller ones, and then I stamped the May the Beauty Season on the inside. Quick and easy Christmas card. Now you can make, you know, with all of those prints, you could do basically the same design and have Christmas cards. Now this one, again, I used the small Mary, the big Christmas, but on this one, I do have a bigger piece of the designer series paper. This particular one, it was kind of hard to cut 2 out of it. So I thought, let's just get a big wow picture out of that one. And then I just have some little scraps of that silver embossed backside that I can use for other things. And there we go. We've got the inside finished as well. So there are 3 cards. Now I made a couple other ones here. And here's Thinking of You. Again, this is that woven heirlooms. And all of these, I did the vellum the exact same way. Stamped it, tore the strip, tucked it under the back side, and then stamped the inside. It doesn't get any easier than that for making your cards. It's just cutting some layers and putting those layers together. But look at how pretty that becomes. And then here are 2 that I did. This is the paper, I think I said it looks like Montana. Again, this one I cut down to 5.5, so it was the full height of my card, and then cut it in 1/2 by 3 again. So we got 3 by 5.5, 2 cards out of the one sheet, plenty big for the card. And I played with colors. I have the purple posy, but I put Night and Navy behind that one and Highland Heather against that one. You know, it really gives it a completely different look. I think this was a little softer look, and with the script and more of a sympathy card, woven heirlooms was nice. But then over here, thank you so very much, I grabbed the Butterfly Gala stamp set. So don't be afraid to look through all your different stamp sets to find greetings that you like with pretty papers like this. You know, I didn't stamp any of the butterflies or anything, but it was perfect words to go along with this card. And then Thinking of You, we've got that on the inside again. And there we go. So I have, let's see, 6 cards. Okay, those 2 are out of 1 piece of paper. Those 2 are out of 1 piece of paper. And then each one of these uses, actually that's a 1/2 sheet as well. So I will again have pictures of all of these cards over on the website for you. Gave you some tips for using the vellum. Just make sure you don't try to put adhesive underneath it because it's going to show and it's not going to make you happy. But we could add any words to these. They could be birthday, thanking you, sympathy, wedding. Wouldn't they make beautiful wedding cards, anniversary cards? The ideas are endless. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you love this paper. If you'd like to order this paper, remember you can hop on over to my website, place an order. Don't forget about my rewards program so I can give you free stuff when you order from me. But I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So as always, guys, let me know if I can help you in any way. Stampin' Up! Is my full-time job, and I just love to be able to help people make quick and easy cards, answer your questions, and help you any way that I can. So email me, leave me a comment, go to my blog, use that to contact me however you need to, but I'm here to help you make quick and easy cards. And remember, quick and easy doesn't mean boring. These were quick and easy. I don't think they're too boring looking. So until I stamp with you again, have a stamp happy day.